Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June edition of the Digital Edge series, where we explore trendy digital topics. And today, I'll be standing with our host, who is unavoidably absent. And today's edition, we focus staying consistent while building up in tech. And our guest speaker today is Omisore Halleluyah. Uh, let's our emojis. Welcome speaker with emojis. And our guest speaker over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so first of all, I want to appreciate the organizers of this event. I want to appreciate them for giving me this opportunity to be able to speak at this event. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it, and here am I today. So, quickly, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Omisore Oluwatobiloba Hallelujah, as the host as yeah yeah I'm sorry, has introduced me. So I'm Omisore Halleluyah Oluwatobiloba. I'm a data analyst and a statistical analyst. I am a 400 level student of Ekiti State University. I am a farmer. I also am also an agric researcher, right? So I channel my statistical uh, um skill into agriculture, right? So using statistics to develop agriculture, right? Yeah. So and above all, I am a follower of Christ. I recommend him. Thank you. So we'll be talking about staying consistent while building up in tech. Actually, there is the main reason why I chose this topic to talk on this topic is because it is something that I really struggled with while building in tech, while developing myself in tech as a data analyst and statistical analyst. It was really, really difficult, building up and staying consistent. Even being a student, it was really tough, honestly, I must say. And while building, I met with some other persons that seemingly have the same um issue, right? Even I'm very active on Twitter. I have some mutuals that they complain of it, staying consistent, and all of that. And that was why I decided to pick this topic. So uh what is consistency? Consistency is a process of staying true to what you are doing, right? And I want to tell you that when you are doing anything in life, you are a Christian, you are developing as a Christian, you are building anything, self development, you are doing anything just to impact your life. I want to tell you that one key thing that you have to really, really consider, and you shouldn't take with levity, is consistency. Honestly, and it can be very, very difficult, staying consistent in doing something that would really, really develop you. Okay, so and I want you to know today that everyone can be consistent. Before I proceed, I want to recommend a book for everyone listening to me right now. Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. If you haven't read that book, or if you do not know it, you can, look for how you can get it. It's That Frog by Brian Tracy. She, or the writer or the author, discussed the nitty-gritty of being consistent in that book. And I'll tell you today that the first enemy, or the first antagonist, or antagonistic behavior that comes against consistency is procrastination. Procrastination. Procrastination is what I know that everybody deals with. Everyone struggles with it, and it's the number one enemy that you have to fight against when you want to build yourself, or you want to be consistent at doing something. So when you want to be consistent, the key thing you should look out for is procrastination. And also, I've started my first, should I say, my first subheading, um which is the factors that influences inconsistency, or the factors you know uh, that works against or fights, or go against inconsistency. So the number one factor is procrastination, and the second one is uh sorry, the second one is self sorry for that short pause. I'm very sorry. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. That's the second factor. Low self-esteem. Now, while I was building in tech, while I was just getting into the tech space, while I was just getting to be a data analyst, I was so much glued to Twitter. Although the reason is because I found some people that you know they were already ahead of me. They post contents, they post their works. There's this common term we use for a completed project that people do display. It's called a dashboard. So they post dashboard, and this dashboard is like what summarizes all what you've done in your analyzing, your data analysis. So they post dashboard and all of that. And then getting into Twitter, I'll see all of these things. I'll see all of these things, and I'll be like, "Ah, when will I get in?" And then low self-esteem begin to creep in. And then I'll be like, then at times, although those days I wasn't depressed at all, but for some people, low self-esteem causes depression. And then when they get depressed, they are not, their productivity reduces, right? They are not able to perform the task they are supposed to, right? Even in your place of work, probably you are already working, and then when you have low self-esteem, it reduces your productivity. And what causes this low self-esteem is usually when you are not certain, you are not confident of what you are doing, right? And the most common way, or the most effective way of tackling low self-esteem, is that you look at yourself and you see where you are lagging. What causes this low self-esteem? Work towards it. If it's that you are not skilled enough to be confident enough, you have to skill up yourself, right? You have to skill up yourself to overcome that low self-esteem. So low self-esteem is also a is also a factor that low self-esteem is also a factor um that affects consistency, right? That affects consistency, and it promotes in inconsistency. And the third one is determination. When should I say low rate of determination. You are not determined. You don't have this convincing or convicting mindset. You don't have that determining mindset towards what you want to do, right? I want to become a seasoned software developer. I want to become a machine learning engineer. I want to become a data scientist. I want to become a researcher or a data science researcher and all of that. And then, but probably you got into this thing because of the wave of things, right? At a particular point in time, it was web development that was, when I started in tech, I started as a web developer because of my environment. People that I was surrounded with, they were all so I let me to do web development. So maybe you too, you got into tech because of that, because probably you are not even supposed to be in tech in the first place, because not everybody can do tech. Honestly, I should not, don't let me deceive you. Not everyone should really be in tech or is supposed to be in tech. There are other sectors. There are the entertainment, the fashion, the some of you, God has called you, but because you are sorry for that, but because you are just carried away by the wave of things, and then you just go into what people are doing, but you have not taken time to study yourself and know really what you want to do. So when going into that, you don't really even have that determination. You are just doing it because people are doing it. With time, you will get exhausted and you won't be consistent. So I tell you today, if you are not enjoying that thing you are doing right now, I think you should take a deep reflection of what you are doing right now. Whatever you are doing, you are a content creator, you are a writer, you are a spoken word artist, whatever you think you are doing, just take a deep reflection. Sit down today, just you know, just take a break, take a deep reflection, think, is this really what I want to do? Because if you are doing the wrong thing as a person, you would not be consistent at doing it. That's the fact. You won't be consistent. Even if you are doing it, it might be probably pressure, or maybe you've even gotten a job as as what you are doing right now. You've gotten a job, and because of pressure, you have to deliver tasks, you have to do this, you have to do that, and then you know maybe that's why you're still doing it. But ordinarily, you wouldn't have been consistent at doing what you are doing. Even with that pressure self, you will still not beat the this thing that they have given you, the deadline they've given you. So I think you should take a deep reflection and see if you really are determined to be what you want to be, to be seasoned at that role, that niche that you have carved out for yourself, right? So you are not, so that you are not doing the wrong thing as an individual. Next thing is distraction. Okay, so this is really common when in your stack or in your niche you have different or various things that you need to learn to probably be an intermediate or a professional or at the professional level, right? So for instance, as a data analyst, we have different tools, different languages you should know, that you should learn. And then starting you had, maybe you started with Excel, right? With Microsoft Excel, and then you are learning the lookup functions, you are learning the pivot tables, you are learning the Power Query, you are learning how to clean data and all of that. And you've not gone far. You had Power BI, hey, DAX, data analysis expression, hey, CAD, clinical, all of those things. Then you now dump that Excel. You are already distracted. You don't have that Excel that you are working on. Or maybe you're a web developer. You are still learning HTML that you've not known the nitty gritty, you've not really known it deep. Then you dump HTML because you see someone doing CSS, and you now go to the CSS. That CSS you've not finished. You've jumped to JavaScript or Python, or you are doing front end. You've not learned front end that very well. You now go and jump to back end. You're already distracted because of the your environment, because of what people display around and all of that. So distraction is also a factor that you should watch out against, right? You have to carve out your syllabus, right? For data analysts, aside from the tools, there are syllables, right? You learn statistics, you learn data cleaning, you learn data wrangling, you learn data modeling, and so on. And then with all of these things, you can do them inside Excel. All of these things you can do them in Power BI. All of these things you can do them, all of those data cleaning, data modeling, and all of that. You can do them in SQL, you can do them in Python, you can do them in R, you can do them in, there are many data analysis tools. Speaking from my angle right now, from my niche, we have different data analysis, tools. You have Excel, we have Python, we have SQL, we have R, we have Power BI, we have Tableau, we have SPSS, we have graphism and all of that. We have different different tools, right? But all these tools, they can do all of those syllables. They can clean, they can manipulate your data, they can query your data and all, right? But you need to be consistent, right? Start from the top, start from where you should start from, and then get on with it, get on with it, get on with it. Finish Excel, know it to a very reasonable level before you move down to SQL. From SQL, you move to Power BI or Tableau. From Power BI or Tableau, you then move to Python or R. And there's no offense in learning everything, but make sure that you are consistent. Make sure that your confidence level is high in each tool before you move down to another, right? And also, uh, uh, also another factor is time frame, right? When you are just starting, you are not used to sitting down and looking at the screen for 1 hour, for 2 hours. It's not by force. You should spend 5 hours with your system. When you are just starting, you should know that your body is not used to it. Pick 10 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm telling you honestly, if you are consistent with 10 minutes for a month, I'm telling you that your productivity level will be high. Honestly, you can be looking at it that 10 minutes is too small. What can I do with it with 10 minutes? But if you stay consistent, you are consistent every day. You show up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in a week. 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes times that's 7 days. That's like 1 hour, 10 minutes in a day. And then 10, we have 4 weeks. 10 times 1 hour. That's like 4 hours, 40 minutes in a month. 4 hours 40 minutes in a month. If you can do that 4 hours 40 minutes in a month consistently, and then the second month you increase it to 20 minutes, it's not by force you should use 1 hour with your system. Your body is just adapting to it. You have to understand biology. You have to take it little by little. You have to take it gradually. You don't just go into it boom, and then even before you spend 30 minutes, you'll be worn out because you are not used to it. And then it creates inconsistency. It creates inconsistency when you are trying to force your body into what it is not used to, right? So you should know, you should do that too. So how can you fight against inconsistency? For yourself, set deadlines. That okay, this project, I want to analyze and document this project, right? Within 1 week, 2 weeks. I want to analyze it and document it within 2 weeks. Then you stay true to it. And you have to be determined. That's just number one. If you are not determined to do anything, you won't even think of setting deadline. You won't even think of setting timetable for yourself. You won't even think of, you won't think of doing the rest of all what I should be mentioning now. You won't think of doing all of those things because you are not determined. There's no determination there. There's no passion. There's no zeal, right? So you have to be determined first. Then you set deadline for yourself, right? Write out your deadline, and even that deadline, day one, I will do data cleaning, or I will study my data. Day one, I will study my data to know what it contains, the variable in my data, the number of rows, the number. You can just say, okay, for no, day one, I'll do a rough descriptive analysis to describe my data, know the number of columns, the mean, the average, and all of that. Then you can now proceed to, okay, I think my data needs cleaning. Let me start cleaning. Day two, I will clean my data. Day three, maybe you have multiple tables. I will model my data to, join them together so that I can have, connect them together, and then it will enhance my analysis. Then like that, you will set it like that. I'm speaking from a data analyst aspect. I don't know, I have no knowledge about other aspects, right? You can also use this format in your niche, right? Maybe you are a software developer. You say, okay, I will write out maybe the frame and what have you. I don't know your technical jargon, so I'm very sorry for, if you're in other niche, and so you just, I feel you understand what I'm saying. So you just set your deadline and your mini deadline, and then you set your draft out how you want to do it each day, appoint each task for each day. It might even be 2 days. For 2 days, I want to for 2 days, I want to clean my data. Data cleaning can be, it can be very difficult. In fact, when I first started, there was a data I cleaned for a month, right? I was showing up almost every day, although not every day, but almost every day. And it took me roughly a month for me to clean that particular data set. It was terrible. It was a personal project. Actually, it was a challenge. I opted on a challenge, and then, so I don't know where they brought that data out from. It was terrible, honestly. So so you set deadline for yourself, and then after setting your deadline, you can get an accountability partner. Anything you want to do in life, get someone that you can be accountable to. You want to read book, you want to, in your career, you should have someone that you are working together. You might not be working the same company, you might not be working, but you should have that person that, all right, this person is like my accountability partner. This person is someone is whom I'll be accountable to, and the person will also be accountable to me. And then you'll be on each other's neck. And then you have it in mind that, okay, I have to report to this person. And it all starts from being determined. If you are not determined, you will not even think about any accountability partner. No accountability partner can help your life if you are not determined to do anything. It's just facts. If you are not determined, no accountability partner can do anything. No deadline can do anything. So it all starts from being determined. So if you are determined, indeed, then you can, my friend, I want you to be my accountability partner on this project I have embarked on. Please help me out, right? So you can now get an accountability partner, right? So that's it for um you know how you can be consistent, how you can stay consistent, and also stay away from, don't let distraction get to you, right? Don't give in for distraction. Distraction is also one thing that causes uh um low self-esteem. Yeah, when you are distracted by what people do, you are distracted by people's wins. People, like, yeah, in a way, you are getting oppressed. right? You are getting oppressed by what people are doing. Then it will give room for low self-esteem, right? So you shouldn't get distracted by what people are doing. Instead, by what people are doing, you can instead get motivated. I think I did that at a point in time, that people's win will be my own motivation to do more, and it would keep me consistent in what I'm doing, right? And also, yeah, there's something I skipped, and it is tiredness. There are times that you get tired. Probably you've been working on task back to back, no rest. You've been getting nights of, you've been getting days with sleepless nights and all of that. And then you are so tired, right? You should learn to take break. Take a break. There are times that I know that I have deadline, but I'm tired. I just need to take that break. I just need to sleep. Me, what I do whenever I'm tired, I sleep and I eat. Food and sleep, they are my coping mechanism. So if you can give me food and sleep, oh my God, I'll be revived. So whenever you feel tired, whenever you feel tired, you should learn to get rest once in a while, right? It can be your Saturdays, your Sundays. You tell yourself no work on Saturdays or no work on Sundays. It's just for me to live my life to myself, enjoy my weekend, right? Don't get so burdened with tasks that then it will bounce back. All the money that you are hustling for, all the this thing that you are working for, everything, you will now start spending them on paracetamol, Panadol, ibuprofen, all those pain relief medicine, and then you get so learn to get rest. And I hope that as you are journeying in tech, you are trying to stay consistent, you are building up yourself. I hope and I pray that uh no good luck will meet you, and also that everything you hope for will come to should I say achievement and fulfillment in Jesus' name. Thank you very much. I'll be handing over to the host now to take over from here.
Thank you very much. It's been an insightful session, and I believe that we've learned a lot. Now, it's not only about staying consistent in tech, as we might have noticed, a lot of things that Mr. Oluwatobiloba spoke about applies to basically our day to day. So not only for you to stay consistent in tech, but as a matter of fact, for you to stay consistent in life. Do we have any question? If we have any question, we have the next 2 minutes to ask that. You can raise your hand. Although I think it's self-explanatory. But if we have any question, please do well to ask. And while we're doing that, let's know that the this session is a monthly one. So by next month, the last Thursday of next month, we'll be having another one. And also we'll take this moment to appreciate our sponsors, our partners, Abnovetly Africa and Google Developers Club, Ekiti State University chapter. Do we have any question? Okay. Since there is no question, please do well to click on the feedback survey. We use that to evaluate, especially in our choice of the next speakers, topics, and whatnot. So please do well to click on the feedback survey form. And we have this section recorded. So, like I said, it's going to be on our YouTube by tomorrow. And we have another 15 editions there. So you can reach out, check or click on our bio and enjoy it. Okay, since there are no questions, thank you very much, Mr. Oluwatobiloba. This has been insightful. This has been very, very interesting and powerful. And thank you, everyone. See you on the next one.